This is the plastic trim around a wheel, and I've started the video a little bit late, but I've started to clean it off with a knife, but I had this lumpy plastic all over the wheel. So you can see it there, these lumps, just all over, and like almost a mil thick sticking out here. So what I've done, I've gone around with a just a break off blade knife with the blade right out, and I've just gone around to cut all of the really high spots off. And now that that's done, I'm going to move over to some sandpaper and a block and sand this flat. And open that door just to remove the possibility of banging that. But, we'll see how this looks. Now, with plastics, depending on the plastic and what happens, it's very hard to know what colour you're going to end up with. Here, when I cut it a bit deeper with the knife, it went very white. As I sanded, it's lightening off and going grey. But I'm not afraid with this. I can just spray. I've got some satin black paint. I can spray it if I need to, but it needs just to be fixed. I've got a bit of suspicion, maybe because it's right the way around from end to end. Maybe a tyre has delaminated or come apart and damaged that. And it looks like something's been added over the top, maybe a smear of something black, a body filler or something. Nothing with heat, but just something's been put on, and it's never been smoothed off. So time to smooth it off, and maybe with a bit of polish it'll come back to colour if it's all black. But if not, that's okay. As I said, I've got some satin black paint there, so I can paint the wheel arch and bring it back to the right colour. But as I said, I didn't actually take a photo soon enough, but it was really bad and really noticeable, so we'll fix it. Straight away that's coming back to a nice smooth, remembering that the paint will take up things nicely. Just concentrate the sand to get it flat. So here we go, we've sanded that. Here is some of what I was trimming off. You'll see what I see, that's just so thick, but just a big edge where like it'd been smeared on and had never been cleaned up. It was all nice and black, but not looking the part. So that sanding did bring it up nicely. And I've just gone and trimmed off a few more high spots. And as you can see, whatever high spots, the sanding just brings that back to smooth. But now, I'm going to have to go on a bit of a journey as to how to make that black again. How to do it. You can see that edge there. That's where the new material was put down. I haven't broken through to any holes or anything like that, but certainly lots of rough edges. So I've got a rag here, so we'll continue to wipe that down. You see the rag on plastic acts a bit like a sandpaper too. It really smooths it out. There's no doubt a bit of paint will make that even smoother again, because it'll fill in a whole lot of gaps. But the catch is, if I paint it, it might really stand out. It'll glow and shine differently in the light in that area than other areas. So you've got to be careful for that sort of thing. You don't create more of a problem with what you do. I'm going to try some different things. I'm actually going to get a little bit of black shoe polish and do a little sample area here to see how that comes up. And again, these little high spots, if you can see that, something's been added over the top and it's really stuck. So alright, so I'll get a bit of black shoe polish and see what that does. So this is Kiwi Scuff Cover, bit of a boot polish. So I'm going to do a sample area just in case I've got to clean it off. I don't want to get it all over the place. So I'm going to put it here. There we go. And just put that onto there and see how that dries up. Again, I'll do the whole area so that it doesn't stand out, but we'll see how that's going to look. Yeah, that dried nicely, so I've put a little bit more on, and the instructions, always reading the instructions, say to give it a bit of a polish afterwards. So it says flex sponge on shoe, spread evenly as liquid flows on, after use rinse applicator. Okay, it's not saying to polish it, but well, let's experiment and give it a bit of a polish because it's a little bit dull for my liking at the moment. Yeah, so that's rubbing it in and rubbing it off, and that's all okay. But I do want it rubbed in. So, put a second coat on. But as you can see, that is looking fantastic from where it was. Give that a bit more. We'll have to see over time how this goes too, if it stays black. Very happy with that, just keeping the lines straight and looking great.